What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching. Keep calm and game on. In this episode, I'm going to be giving you my first impressions and thoughts about the Rattan LM750. This company sent me this bike for this review, but I'm not being paid to say nice things about it. They just wanted my actual impressions. So here's a quick unboxing video for you guys to enjoy, and then I'll give you my final thoughts toward the end. So stay tuned. Give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And if you have any questions, post them in the comment section, and I'll do some follow-up videos. Thanks for watching.
Time lapse. Here we go. That's some heavy-duty spray foam. It looks like they put the bike inside a bag, put that bag inside another bag, put spray foam in the outer bag. Inner bag is to keep the spray foam away from the actual bike itself, but that's pretty solid. And I don't think this thing was wiggling around much in the box. So the box did have like a little hole in it from just transportation. You know, it happens. But I'm hoping all of this protected it. This is the spray foam, pretty solid. But I was really impressed with the packaging, even though it took a while to get out of the box. I feel like that was going to be the hardest part. But with this spray foam and the bags and the just the straps and everything, the zip ties, I feel like it was pretty well packaged together. So we're going to try to put this together and see how well it was actually packaged, and see if it got bent in shipping or whatever. And that's kind of out of Rattan's hands after that point. They put it in the box, they pack it as well as they can, and then it's up to UPS, FedEx, to get it where it's going safely. So with that being said, we're gonna start this and see what we can do here. And like this, maybe from the side. There we go. Just gonna put that in there, clamp it up, and now we fold that there. There we go. Okay, so I think I more or less got that the right way. So pretty easy so far. A little bit more packaging there. And now, I think we just flip this bad boy up and kind of unfold it. That's actually a lot easier than I expected. This was the easiest part.
Alright guys, so that was pretty much it for the unboxing. Not super complicated. The hardest thing was just getting it out of the box and all the spray foam off. Very well packaged. One thing I did notice about the battery is in order to remove it and put it back in, you have to remove the seat post as well. Otherwise, it's not going to fit in there. Not a super big deal, not really a deal breaker for me, but I did want to point it out just so you're aware. A lot of e-bikes have this same setup, and you have to remove the seat post in order to get the battery out. Other e-bikes have it built in to the down tube, but then you still have to unfold it to get the battery out. So there's always like a little extra step that you have to do in order to remove that battery. A lot of people will charge this when it's installed in the bike, so you won't even have to worry about that depending on your preference. But I just wanted to point it out because this is kind of a review and my first impressions. But other than that, that's really the only flaw I've come across, if you even want to call it a flaw. So yeah, here's a couple more of my thoughts and a couple more of the features. So first off, I gotta say, I really like the way this bike looks. It's just very sleek, comes in 3 different color variations, green, gray, and black, and it's just a cool looking bike. Like, I mean, obviously color is a preference, and it doesn't really change, like, the way it performs, but, I like the way it looks. Also has this really cool headlight on the front, kind of has a blue tint when you turn it on. Also, this back brake light will light up red, and a little bit brighter when you actually hit the brakes. You just have to have the lights turned on. So I like the fact you can ride at night, and you don't have to buy, like, a third-party light. It's already built in. Has this really big battery, which carries a lot of juice. 48 volts, 13 amp hour. This giant 750 watt motor. This thing can get you where you're going. Also, Shimano shifters. I like the Shimano brand. It's got 7 different speeds there, which is nice because a lot of e-bikes only have a single speed. So it's nice to know that if you ran out of battery, you could still use those speeds to get you where you're going. As I said before, the cable management is pretty good. They couldn't put all the cables in the down tube because obviously it is a folding e-bike and it would crush the cables if they were. But all in all, guys, I really like the way this looks. I'm going to give you a quick little, I guess, first impression of a hill I climbed up, because, you know, if you plan on doing any riding, chances are you're going to come across some hills, and I came across a really big one. So I'm going to show you a quick video of my first impression of the hill climb, and I will chat with you a little bit after. All right, guys, I'm out riding my Rattan LM750 e-bike. Just went up a giant hill. You can't tell from the camera, but that thing is steep. Okay, on a normal bike, I would have been dead. I probably would have given up a fourth of the way if I was on a normal bike, and I would have just walked it all the way up. But this thing, man, this 750 watt motor is insane. Like, I was even going on like the hardest pedal speed, like the hardest pedal, like I guess the lowest gear, and I was only on pedal assist level 2, and I just cranked up this hill. Like, it's insane. Like, I probably would have gotten way faster if I put it on a higher pedal assist or used the throttle. But just on pedal assist level 2, I shot up this hill. It's crazy. Full disclosure, the guys at Rattan did send me this e-bike for free to do this review and testing, but these are my actual impressions. I'm not being paid to say nice things about it, nothing like this. I bought an e-bike previously from a different company for $1,000, and I still pointed out the flaws in it. So trust me, when I say that this bike can run up this hill, I'm not saying it because they gave me the bike for free. I'm saying it because I'm actually impressed. Like, that is a beefy hill. Like, I'm kind of surprised myself. Like, I thought, yo, this thing is not going to handle this hill. This is way more beefy than, you know, hills I've gone up in the past, even with my other e-bike. But guys, I got to say, this thing is so far pretty good. I'll keep you updated. Stay tuned. Peace. Alright guys, if you couldn't tell by that clip, I was pretty hyped to make it up that hill, because on a normal bike, as I said, I would have died, okay? I would have just avoided that hill completely on a normal bike. I wouldn't have even tried to get up that thing. But on this bike, with a 750 watt motor, even using only pedal assist 2, I was going up that hill at like 10 miles an hour. Okay, here's just some random footage of me driving down a trail. I kind of want to show you the speed, and if you can hear in the background, the motor isn't super loud. Again, it gets a little bit louder if you bump it up to the highest speed, the highest pedal assist, or just go throttle only, but I didn't really notice it. Like, it wasn't super loud, it wasn't like scaring the birds or anything like that. It was just a very peaceful ride, and honestly, even though it has a 750 watt motor, I was slowing down because I just wanted to admire the scenery, because I was going places that I've never gone before on a normal bike, just because it has the range. You know, on a normal bike, I'm getting tired after like 2 miles. On this bike, I went 12 miles total, and I wasn't even like 2 battery spaces down. Like, you know, it has the battery bar, and I was barely getting like, you know, lower battery on it. And, you know, I'm going to do some updates in the future and see what the actual range is, but, you know, to see it go 12 miles and it not even to like make a dent, that's pretty impressive. So here's another quick clip of me just giving you my impressions of some trails I did. Stay tuned and I'll meet you at the end. Came to a long stretch where it was just completely packed snow. Okay, this stuff was hard. It was like going over a washboard bridge. I was like bumping. And this thing, as far as I could tell, it is held up. Like, nothing seems loose. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it for long periods of time, because that's not really what these bikes are meant for. They're not really meant for like off-road trailing, you know, rock climbing. Well, not rock. You're not going to rock climb with this, but you know what I mean, like off-roading. It's not really meant for that, but I mean, if you go down a trail where like it's kind of beat up like this, no problem. You're not going to have any issues with this bike. Now, this is my first time riding it, so as you can tell, like, it was a lot cleaner when I started. Now there's quite a bit of dirt and stuff I'm gonna have to clean off, but I am pretty impressed so far. Like, I was not expecting it to handle those. I thought I was gonna have to get off and walk maybe, because I didn't want to like take it through the snow, but I'm like, you know what, this is a review, I need to test this thing out. And so far, like, even with the packed snow, I mean, yeah, it was bumpy, but these shocks absorbed a lot of it. This seat post absorbed a lot of it because it collapses in there. And I gotta say, so far, the Rattan LM750 is holding up to pretty much everything I've thrown at it. I've gone about 8 miles so far, so I'm definitely going to keep updating you as I go on.
with the numerous reviews and, you know, impression videos. But so far, I gotta say, Rattan, I mean, I didn't know much about this brand, but I gotta say I'm recommending it so far. I'm liking it. Like, this collapses here, but this hasn't came loose at all, even when I was going through the rough trails and everything. These fat tires, man. You try going over that snow with like a normal bike tire? No way. No freaking way. But these things, 20 by 4-inch tires, like, I'm pretty impressed. Like, I am not gonna lie. I am in, and I was going through like mud. I was going through dirt, snow, puddles, going downhill, uphill, and I was keeping it in like pedal assist 1 and 2 the whole time. Bumped it up to 3 on this flat way. I didn't want to try 5 just in case. I'm glad I didn't try 5 because going 20 miles an hour and then hitting this stuff might not end well. And I saw the curve coming up here at the trail. But, you know, if you're looking to get outdoors more and just kind of see your city, see your neighborhood, you can do that on a normal bike. I'm not going to lie. You can do that on a normal bike, but it's going to take a lot more energy and you're going to get a lot more exercise, right? But you're not going to get it. Like, I've gone like on my other e-bike, I went 20 miles. I'm pretty sure this could go more than 20 miles. But I've gone 8 miles and I've seen places I haven't seen since I've lived here. And I have been here for like 9 years and I didn't even know all this existed. I knew we had a river. I knew there were some trails by the river. I'm like, I'm not going to go out on my bike because I get tired after like 2 miles. I'm on like the almost 9 mile mark and I got to see all this right in my backyard. Didn't even know it existed. I am thoroughly impressed. We'll see if it holds up. Obviously, it's only been 8 miles. Anything can happen. I could get home and it could break. Who knows? But I'm going to keep you updated. And these are literally my honest impressions. Like, I feel like Superman when I'm riding this thing. I went up a hill like literally it was like this. Piece of cake. I was going speeds 20 miles an hour down this straightaway here. And like, you just don't do that on a normal bike, right? You don't do that on a normal bike. And this is a 750 watt motor. This is a 48 volts, 13 amp hour battery. I haven't even lost a single bar on my gauge yet, and I've gone like 8 miles. So we'll see. We'll see. But I got to say, so far, first impression, I am liking the Rattan LM750. And I will keep you posted. But so far, so good. I'm going to have to clean this up. But with that being said, be responsible when you're out there. You know, wear reflective stuff. If you're on a trail, make sure people know you're coming. And don't go too fast. And, you know, if it says don't go on the trail with a motorized vehicle or something, you know, take that into account. I did it by accident because I was kind of on a downhill and it was too late to stop. And I'm like, well, I can't turn back now because I'm going to get stuck in the snow. But so far, this thing is holding up. And highly recommended. I will keep you updated. Stay tuned. Peace.
So there you go, guys. That is kind of my first impression of the Rattan LM750. As I said, I took this on the trails, up, down, through snow, through mud, through puddles, and you could tell I wasn't lying. Like, look at this. There's mud all over it. I didn't lose a connection. I didn't lose any battery power, any throttle issues, nothing like that. Nothing came loose. Handlebars stayed steady. Brakes worked fine. And, you know, I gotta say, after everything I threw at it, this thing just kept going. Now, again, it's early on in my impressions, so anything can happen, but, you know, straight out of the box, it worked fine. I've had issues with other e-bikes where I took them out. I had to wait like a week for it to even start working because they had to send me parts. This worked right out of the box. Everything was adjusted just fine. And I gotta say, for $1,300, you might want to consider it. Link is in the description. Check it out. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.